Good day. Thank you for taking the time to participate in this interview. We are conducting this interview for our GE10. Your participation and all responses will be kept confidential and used for academic purposes. So, the teacher's name is Ms. May Ann Fernandez. She is currently working at St. Cecilia's College, and years in service is 2 years, and subject that she taught is Filipino. So, the first question is, how long have you been teaching, and what inspired you to become a teacher?
I've been teaching here in St. Cecilia's College for 2 years already, and what is my motivation in teaching is, what really inspires me in teaching is that I was once a student that was inspired by my teachers, and because of that I had dreamed of becoming a teacher so that I can, pass on the knowledge that I have learned from my teachers. That's what inspires me to teach and to become a teacher.
The next question is, what challenges have you encountered in your teaching journey?
So far, the challenges that I have encountered, to be honest, the students itself. It's because of the diverse students, the different characters, the different attitudes. So you really have to handle them according to what they really are, and you have to adjust the strategy, the teaching strategy that you may imply or apply in your class, because again, you have a diverse student, and that's the challenge that I have encountered in teaching.
Can you describe an innovative strategy or project you introduced in your class?
So when we talk about innovative strategy, it does not only imply raman dyan sa technology. It can be a project based. As far as I can remember, and apply na ko sa ako ang class, it's more on, what do you call that one? Mobile learning adaptation, like using quizzes, specifically the quizzes or Wayground, the new name of quizzes is Wayground. So siya akong gigamit to incorporate in my lessons.
What inspired that innovation?
What inspired me and most of the teachers to use that innovation, specifically the quizzes, it's because it's more, the learning becomes flexible, and it is, what do you call that, accessible beyond classroom. Especially karong mga panahon ng there are a lot of classes suspension, so we're able to give the lessons continually even if we're outside school or ang mga students na silang balik.
What risks or challenges did you face when implementing it?
The risks and challenges of using mobile learning applications are usually the connection and the availability of, the internet connection sa end sa mga students. Kaya most of the students are living in mga remote areas or nasa mga mountainous areas in which hard kayo magwan sa connection. Sometimes they find it not easy to access. It's because ubang mga students kay walay gadgets to use. So sometimes times nga, sige, adjust kay tungkol sa it's accessible, but dito kayo ba nga, most of the students can access because of connection.
Next question is, how did your students or school benefit from it?
How did the student and the school benefited from it? I guess sa student, naka-benefit sila in a way nga they are not really required na to come here in school. At least nara sila sa ilang tagsa-tagsang balay. And as for the school, the benefit nga siguro nila is makontinue gihapon ang learning, ang teaching na gyapon di siya ma-stop na totally nga ma-stop jud pa kay. Kung ma-stop siya, ang sinisad jud ang school. Because of these applications po, at least makapadayon ang trabaho ang mga teachers, and kung makatrabaho ang teachers, ang school makabenefit kayo, dili po ma-extend, pero may ang pagpatrabaho pa kayo. Then, the day, gusto mo po rin eskwelahan.
In what ways do you think being a teacher is similar to being an entrepreneur?
In what ways na similar ang teaching or teacher sa pagka-entrepreneur? Siguro as for me, same sila in the sense nga kanang engage kang tao, and engaging sa tao, like sa entrepreneurship, you really have to convince ang mga tao nga totoo sila sa kung sa imong gina-negotiate. For example, sa teacher, you are trying to pursue your students nga totoo sila sa learning nga imong gina-pass on sa kanila or imong ginatudlo. So, as sa entrepreneurship, it's more about businesses and all. So, kung sa buhaton is to pursue the possible clients mo or buyers mo nga matuo sa imong product. So, nga way nga ang pursuant sa mga tao magpapatayan sila.
So, how do you create value for your students, school, or community through your teaching?
How do I create value? Siguro to, personally, as a person na lain yung values na pero as a teacher, sa rajud ako ang makuan, maka-create ang value in the sense na to stand on our ground sa rajud ka. To, kung sa itong ituhuan, na kung kabauta nga, dili siya makatamak sa laing tao or hindi siya makadaot sa laing tao, then we have to be firm about it so that we'll be able to reciprocate po the values that para na ito makatamang po sa upan. Di ba pili nga sige na lang tag-adjust just because society is dictating us to do this and to do that. But to stay on our ground zone to make sure na itong values hindi mo po siya beneficial to the next generation.
What advice can you give to future teachers about being innovative and resourceful?
The only advice that I can give for the future teachers in terms of innovative and resourcefulness is about you really have to go outside the box. Sometimes manggod, there are really problems that will come on our way. We cannot control yun pa, especially teaching, like karon nga itong mga naitabuan, na yung mga natural calamities. So, wala mo tayo control. So, what we can do is to really think ahead kung sa mo ganay in teaching, natin tawag lesson plan. So, whatever planning mo na itong buhato, na times ka, din na ito mabuhat. But, again, ka nga plan, na kay back up. So, meaning to say, you have to think in advance yun niya. Kung sa kayo mong pwede magbuhat, whatever the situation na i-offer sa tuwa sa life. Labi na sa teaching kayo, has become an issue sa karoon nga panahon nga, stop lang sa ang patutulo kayo, nga nila yung mga, but, the world will not, will not stop just because naka-undergo the problems karoon. So, we really have to continue. So, kung sa may mong buhaton, na maka-continue pag-teach despite the situation. So, you really have to think outside the box and to think ahead to.
So for the last question is all about your faith and moral values as a teacher. So how do your moral or faith-based values influence your innovation as a teacher?
Considering my moral or faith-based value, ato siya i-relate sa innovation. Siguro as for me to there is a reason for everything. So in terms of innovation, in terms of innovativeness, I need to say nga, there are really answers for everything. Bisan pa man sa bunsang offer sa life natin, there will be an answer and there is a reason as to why na ay mga innovations. Okay? They are not just created para lang, para yun nga makahelp lang natin, but not siya reason ba nga na-create na siya. So, in terms of dapat ka na mutuulan sa tanga, there is a purpose for everything, why it is created.
Thank you. So that's all. So thank you again for participating in this interview.
This interview effectively illustrates how the teaching profession can be viewed through the lens of educational entrepreneurship, combining the ethical devotion of service with an innovative mindset. Ms. Fernandez primary innovation, the adoption of mobile learning tools like Quizzes or Wayground, was driven by a commitment to improving student accessibility and flexibility, especially during periods when physical attendance is impossible.
This proactive problem solving, identifying a gap in continuity, and developing a viable tech-based solution is a direct reflection of the entrepreneurial spirit.
She takes calculated risks, manages challenges like connectivity issues, and prioritizes a future-oriented solution to ensure her students' education remains uninterrupted, thereby transforming her classroom from a static environment into an adaptive enterprise dedicated to maximizing student success.
Furthermore, Ms. Fernandez explicitly connects the act of teaching to entrepreneurship by defining both roles as requiring the ability to persuade and engage people. She views her mission as successfully pursuing students to embrace learning, much like an entrepreneur pursues clients, demonstrating the strategic communication necessary for both roles.
However, her actions are ultimately grounded in the vocation of teaching as service, as her innovation is centered on altruistic goals, serving diverse learners, creating moral value, and ensuring educational continuity for the community.
Our final advice is to think outside the box and think ahead summarize this blend, urging future teachers to be resourceful, innovative leaders who use an entrepreneurial approach to deepen their service commitment.